At Tilt Electronics, our customers are very important to us. We take them with top priority. Hey, fuck off. Shit, man. Call someone else. You know, because...
Rotate.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. It's time for another interesting and unusual item.
Yeah!
And actually, this is our inaugural episode, and I've got my old buddy here who's going to help me out, and who's going to be a semi-regular too, by the way.
Yeah!
But I just wanted to mention that we're doing these in the East Bay of San Francisco, and I've been out here for years, worked in local television.
This is Space Race.
Yeah.
One of the first games I remember working on at Ballet. It was, you know, interesting how they put the diodes in that configuration.
Yeah. Did they need to, or just?
No, that was just fun. We should ask Al about that.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
Our buddy Al Alcorn.
That's right.
All right, so we are in frame now. All right, so Tom, all right, here we are. We're starting right now. This is official.
Oh.
Okay, so look, about 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago?
Something, yeah.
Okay,
3.
we were over at
It was
the...
over 3.
Really?
Yeah.
We were over at the Costco, across the street from Costco in Concord, and we were going to do, there was our pilot episode for Interesting and Unusual Items, which sort of petered out. But there's a few cool ones. If you look on my YouTube, you'll see them. But now we have to finish the pilot thing where we did that stupid spark thing. It was really good.
Because Colin doesn't realize I was in this movie.
So the interesting and unusual item that wasn't an item but an experience was Tom was going to talk about this movie that he was in with Charlton Heston and the whole gang.
Yeah.
So tell us the
Rosie Greer,
Skyjacked, and I'm going to show some clips.
Adams, Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston, you know, I think Moses, right?
Right.
Most, you know, Planet of the Apes.
Sure.
You know, he was a dick. He was like, everybody else is out on the set cajoling, like at lunch and everything, but he'd come out like, I'm going to do my part now. And he'd do his part, and he'd go into his private trailer, which is right there by the airplane, you know. We shot it out in the Oakland, the end of the Oakland, airport. Yeah, you know, and they had like big clumps of styrofoam and sheets and stuff that looked like snow, but then they had a snow machine that they, for the close-up shots, had real snow, but like off in the background because it was supposed to be Russia, you know.
Yeah, so you were wearing your Russian hat and everything?
Yeah, my Russian hat, and like, I'm in the airport, I'm dressed like a Russian, right? I got back in those days, I mean, I got an AK-47 and shit. I'm in the Oakland Airport, dressed like this. My buddy, who we went to school with this, you remember him, Craig Ferguson, I think was his name, but anyhow, we'll have to look that up in the yearbook.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
I got the Lomas, what's it
yeah,
called?
we'll look him up. It's Craig something. Anyhow, he's like, Jonathan, what the fuck are you doing? It's all just in a movie, you know, we're shooting a movie out here and lunchtime, you know. Oakland Airport.
So let's talk about how did you even get involved in that? How did you get a shot?
Well, you know, I was in Oregon, as you know, with you, and we heard there was some movie being shot, so we went to this like movie scene, and Jack Nicholson was directing a movie, and he came up to me and he goes, "I want you in my movie," you know. And so I was in a movie with Jack Nicholson, and then I got an agent and got to do this this little bit here. Yeah, it was cool.
My story about Skyjacked. I was in the Navy at the time. It was about 1972-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, and Tom had sent me emails in 1972. Sent me actual snail mail back in those days about being in this movie. Well, then he tells me, the movie's out. Well, as it turns out, in Tokyo, Japan, we were in port at whatever time this was, and I went to the USO and I asked them, "Hey, is Skyjacked? Is it playing anywhere?" Oh yeah. No. I go to the theater to watch this movie. It was packed. I mean, it was line out the theater. It was unbelievable. Right. So I couldn't get into the first show. I got into the second show, and it was absolutely packed.
Wow.
We are still recording. It was so totally packed, and it was in English, which was a cool thing, but of course they had the kanji along the side of the Japanese, but it was in English, so it was no problem.
Yeah.
And it was, everybody loved it. It was great. I mean, it was so fun. Here I am way over thousands of miles away, and we finally get, I know when Tom is going to come in, he told me all about it. He's at the end of the movie. And so, sure enough, I'm thousands of miles away. This is my best friend up on this fucking movie screen. It was a crack up, man. It was just totally amazing. Yeah. I mean, with your stupid hat on and everything, and shooting James Brolin.
Yeah.
It was a crack up.
Who I have to say as a side note, James Brolin was really awesome.
Was he?
At the end of the film, and we were rapping, and I was stealing my Russian hat, so I'm all guilty. I've got it like tucked in my back there, and he comes up to me and like I'm trying to like kind of sneak out with this hat, this like fur.
I actually had that for a while. I think it's gone now, but anyway.
And so anyhow, I'm like kind of. And he comes up to me all friendly and everything, He was like Marcus Welby, MD at the time.
Right.
His assistant, the good-looking.
Yeah.
And he's all like, "Hey man, how's it going?" I go, "Oh, pretty good." He goes like, "First film?" I go, "Well, I was in one other, or such and such." He goes, "Well, it's pretty good, man. Like, how do you like it?"
Yeah.
He's all talking to me, and I'm just trying to kind of, well, gee, But he was a great guy.
That's pretty neat, though.
Yeah.
So we'll show the clips.
We're
going to show clips.
Right.
I've got this is a laser disc. Look at this laser disc. Right?
Remember these?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I have it on DVD too.
Right.
So that was.
So there you go.
So how many days of shooting did you actually work on it?
3 days.
And do you still have it was in the papers. You sent me like a.
I think I do have it
the director showing you like how to hold the rifle or something.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, because I was in the newspaper. That's right. Then the director really liked me a lot. He did.
Mr. Gorman.
I guess so. We met at the Oakland Airport first, before shooting, and he selected out of 300 extras. He selected me and one other guy to do little bit parts. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, pretty cool.
Cool. It was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. All right. Well, there it is. So that's the story. Show the front thing. Yeah. So
Thanks for coming.
You get to shoot James Brolin.
I get to shoot him.
Falls on the hand grenade and blows
up.
And they cut that scene on TV sometimes because it was too intense for audiences.
Right. Yeah, that was really intense.
Give up, Jerry. There's no way to win. The bastards are gonna remember me. Agor! Don't! Agor!
It was kind of interesting how they did it. They dug a hole, and he has to fall on marks, and then there's like the 2 blowholes out the side, so that I'm trying to think if he did it himself or was a stuntman. I don't remember, but then it blows up and everything.
Yeah, plus all the fake snow is a crack up.
Yeah, it was crazy.
All right, we're going to show it. All right, thanks, Tom. That was good.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks for that interesting and unusual experience.
All right, it was fun.
Okay.